What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're hitting a back and shoulder session. I've recently changed my program up and I will show you what I'm doing with that in a separate video. There is a few dumbbell exercises in today, but I know a lot of you guys won't have dumbbells, so I'm going to show you alternatives you can do, but at bare minimum you are going to need some bands for this session. Alright, so first superset, we're starting off with banded lat pullovers and spider crawls. So with my programs, I really do like to hit like more of a warm-up feeler exercise prior to the main exercise. So I do these to prime the muscles. Personally, I just feel way better warming up properly doing a few of these. So banded lat pullovers, obviously focusing on lats. Spider crawls, you probably haven't seen these done before. I learned these from John Meadows a few years ago. It's pretty much with a booty band and you just walk up and down the wall with your arm scapula retracted. It's like really good for your external rotators and it just fries your rear delts and upper back. Next, we're moving on to pull-ups. So pull-ups is the main exercise of today. We're hitting 10, 8, 6, and then max reps. So by the time I've got to max reps, depending how I'm going on that day, I probably will be pretty fatigued. If I can hit 10 again, I'll be happy with that. And then next week, what I'll try and do is I'll just hit 10, 8, 6 with the body weight. And then I'm always just trying to keep progressing that max rep set. So that's how I'm gonna overload my lats and my back in this program. The next exercise for shoulders is a dumbbell lateral raise and a banded lateral raise superset. So we're hitting dumbbell lateral raises. I'm fortunate enough to have heavy enough dumbbells where I'm going to do 20, 20, 20, and then banded lateral raise, I'm going to do 30, 30, 30. If you don't have this, I'll show you what you can do. You can do banded lateral raise, just make them harder, and then all you do is you make it easier and then keep going for 30. So it's a lot of volume for the shoulders because I'm doing this because I know a lot of you guys won't have heavy enough dumbbells to tax your shoulders enough, so therefore you're going to need high reps, you're going to need a lot of reps, a lot of sets, a lot of volume. This is a great way to hit the medial delts with doing that. Last superset is going to be incline dumbbell rows and banded face pull. Now if you don't have dumbbells, you can just do banded rows into banded face pull. It's going to be a lot of mid back, a lot of upper back, and a lot of rear delts, which is exactly what I want on my back day. And then I've also added into my personal program like an optional extra exercise depending how fatigued I am. If I do feel like doing this, it'll be something simple like a bent over rear delt fly. Alright guys, so a few tips. Banded lat pullovers. First set, I always go a bit thinner band, just to get the feel, and then I'll move on to the thicker one. But when you do these, think about rear delts, the back of your shoulder, living in your back pocket. As you can see, hopefully you can see, but obviously if I just do pullovers like this, it's not that engaged. If I get back the shoulder, jam it into my back pocket, from there my lats are engaged. From there, I'm thinking about torquing my elbows in. That's gonna engage lats more, and I'm just dragging down and back, so with my lats. The mistake a lot of people make when they do pullovers, whether it's banded or dumbbell, is they pull too much with their arms. So they'll either pull too much with their biceps or they'll pull and then flex their triceps. So try to take your arms out, loose grip, and then just think about dragging your elbows back and down. Dragging helps, like think to yourself every time you're doing drag, 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 rather than pull, 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 even though I know it's called pullover, but that will help a lot. And then spider crawls, just get like a booty band that is quite like a lot of tension. Chuck your hands in and then bring it as far as you can. Before you go onto the wall, do this. So pull your shoulder blades back and down. Bring tension in the band by like extending. You should feel tension across your upper back and shoulders. If you don't, it's too easy. Also with your hands when you're on the wall, instead of being like this, okay, get your hand and tilt it that way, but do it from your shoulder. So instead of me just tilting my hand like that, I'm getting my shoulder and I'm tilting back and down like that and externally rotating. So when you externally rotate like that, as you can see, look at my shoulder here and hand, from there to there. So I'm doing it from my shoulder joint, so back and down. And then when all you're gonna do is walk up the wall as high as you can, and then walk down the wall as high as you can, taking small little steps, walks, whatever you wanna call them. And that'll just get the rear delts and upper back quite nicely. Alright guys, so the main movement for today is going to be a pull-up. Like I was saying before, 10, 8, 6 AMRAP. If you don't have anywhere to do pull-ups, then you can do banded lat pull-downs. So two ways. If you only have one band, tie it up somewhere. Now, depending how high you grab it is obviously going to make it harder or easier. So start lower. If it's easier, bring your hands up. So for example, if you only got one band, come down onto your knees, sitting onto your butt, retract your shoulder blades, core engage, and then we're just going to pull down like that, squeeze through the lats, stretch all the way up. Obviously, as we get to the bottom, it's going to be harder. As I get to the top, it's going to be easier. So just like this, Focusing through the lats, keeping my chest up. Again, rear delt, so back of the shoulder, living in my back pocket. You're gonna go through reps like that. Depending on how thick your band is, you know, that depends on how hard the exercise is gonna be. But like I said, you can always just do more reps, slow it down, make it harder. If you have 2 bands, I would do it like this. So a banded lat pull down, same setup, on your knees, sit back onto your butt, shoulder blades locked back, and then from here, as you can see my hands like nice and loose. I'm not like trying to squeeze it, just hook them in so they act as like hooks, and then focus on pulling through your elbows, squeezing through your lats. This works a lot better if you have 2 bands, but whatever you got, just make do with. And as you can see, when I get to the top, I'm kind of pronating my hand, which means this way. That will just help with the stretch. And then as I'm pulling, I'm supinating my hand, which means twisting my pinkies in towards me. So like that, squeezing through my lats, and then controlling on the way up. The reason I'm doing that is because you shorten the lat more when you supinate your hand, which means this way, which means it contracts harder, which means you get more out of each rep. So I can make sure I put it on the right way. Oh, that's embarrassing. How does this thing even go up? Well, I can't even remember it. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's replay that. Alright guys, so we got dumbbell lateral raise, superset, banded lateral raise. Now, if you don't have dumbbells, that's fine. You can just do banded into banded. I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to go high reps here, very minimal rest. I'm talking like 60 seconds max between sets, and we're just going to get as much reps and sets in as we can. So dumbbell lateral raise, you can do 15 to 20 reps, and then go straight in, grab a band, chuck it on your feet. Make sure you're wearing socks and slides so you're comfy. And then from there, as you can see, like, see how I'm grabbing it with my pinkies out? That means you're gonna feel it a lot more on the side delt. So pinkies out, and because this band's quite thin, what I'm gonna do, come up to the top, squeeze, and I'm gonna come down, but I'm probably gonna stop around halfway, 3/4, because from here to here, quite minimal tension, and then I'm gonna come back up. So it'll look like this. And it's quite taxing, so you can speed it these reps up a bit, and then you're gonna hit 30 of these. So if you think about it, each set is gonna be 50 reps. Like, you hit anywhere from 3 to 5 rounds. That's a lot of reps for the side of the shoulders with minimal rest. That's a good way to tax them. Even if you only got like 5 kilo dumbbells, it's completely fine. Even if you only got a band, so this is what I'd be doing if I only had a band. Chuck it on my feet again. Okay, see how last time I grabbed it here? What I'm gonna do, come all the way down, grab it here, now come up, don't worry about that. Now that is so much harder. That to me feels like heavy dumbbells. So I would hit my 15 to 20 like that. As soon as I'm done, drop my hands all the way to the bottom, it's way lighter, bang out another 30. Incline dumbbell rows. So just have the bench on a slight incline. If you don't have these, you're just going to tie the band around the pole and you're just going to do banded rows, okay? If you can do this, we want to be focusing on rhomboids and traps. So mid back, upper back. Think that. A good cue I like to use with clients is, imagine I was to stick a pen right there in the middle of your back. Every time you pull up, I want you to squeeze that pen as hard as you can, try and break it, and then just control that weight on the way down. So I'll show you here. Another important cue for this is squeeze your butt as hard as you can, engage your core. Because if I don't, what's gonna happen, especially when I get fatigued, I'm gonna arch my back, and then you're just gonna feel a lot of lower back, and it's gonna feel pretty rank. So I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, engage my core, and I'm gonna squeeze that pen, control down. Squeeze that pen, control down. We're just hitting 10 reps, and then we're going straight into banded face pull. So as you can see there, I'm also pulling up on the angle of the bench. So make sure you don't just like slouch over and pull this way, because then see my shoulder, it's gonna be very rounded and it's gonna feel really gross. So we wanna be like that, pulling on the angle that we're lying on. Sweet, you're gonna hit that, you're gonna get straight up, get your band. Remember guys, if you don't have dumbbells, you're doing banded row into banded face pull. Grab this, walk back, same thing, engage your glutes, engage your core. Bang, pull to your face, squeeze through upper back, rear delts, back of the shoulders, and then control on the way out. Try to keep tension in the band the entire time. So for example, if it's like this, too easy. So pull out, pull out, pull out, make it hard for yourself. Pull back and squeeze. And then 15 of these, and that will be the session done. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for shoulders and back. Hopefully you guys took a little bit away from this. Hopefully you got some value out of it. You learned something. Like always, so I have tried to show you guys some, like if you don't have dumbbells, like some swap outs, stuff you can change. But like I always say, like you can make this as hard or as easy as you want. It depends on you, and it depends how hard you want to push yourself. So if you want to sit on the couch and be like, oh, I can't go to the gym, like, you know, have a little sook, then don't complain about your results. Like, no offense, sorry, but it's true. Or like even if you just got bands on it, you can make it so hard, guys. Like just push yourself. Remember what I said, train to failure, like as close to failure as possible, and like just enjoy it. Like you're at home, you know, wear your socks and slides, get comfy, like chuck on music, and you'll be surprised. You can have some killer sessions. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think, and see you in the next one.